Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Kim Ezzy. I am the authorised marriage celebrant and I have the honour of officiating the wedding of Jim and Tula today. Before we begin the ceremony, I would like to ask all guests to turn their phones onto silent and refrain from taking photos until the vows have been said. At the end of the ceremony and once the bridal party has walked back down the aisle, we would like to invite all guests to join us at the back of the ceremony area near the large gum tree for a group photo. Nikita to interpret. Beginning of the wedding ceremony, guests are seated followed by the entrance of the bridal party. Welcome loved ones, we are gathered here today to join Jim and Tula in holy matrimony. Nikita to interpret. Jim and Tula met in high school in Greece. Jim fell in love with Tula the moment he saw her, but Tula took a little while to warm to Jim, as he had a reputation for being a bit of a bad boy. Tula was worried her parents would not approve. So Jim approached Tula's father and asked for permission to take Tula out for a milkshake, and he agreed with very strict guidelines. Jim adhered to every single one of those guidelines, so Tula's father George granted permission for the two to date. They were high school sweethearts until the day Jim left with his family, who migrated to Australia in 1975. Once Jim and his family had moved, Jim and Tula sadly lost touch. Both moved on with their lives, getting married and having children, but they never forgot each other and often reminisced fondly about the times they had shared. After Jim had divorced, his children encouraged him to join Facebook, and it was here that he reconnected with Tula and their friendship flourished once again. They messaged and FaceTimed regularly, and as soon as Jim had a chance, he returned to Greece to meet up with Tula, and their love soon reignited. Living in two different countries has been incredibly difficult for the pair, who can't bear to be separate from each other. On the anniversary of that first reconnection in Greece, Jim proposed to Tula, and they began planning their future together with the hopes to live out their days in Australia and travel back to Greece regularly. Nikita to interpret. We would like to invite Jim's son Nicholas to read a reading from the letter of St. Paul to the Ephesians. Nikita to interpret. I am duly authorised by law to solemnise marriages according to law. Before you are joined in holy marriage in my presence and in the presence of these witnesses, I am to remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship into which you are about to enter. Marriage, according to law in Australia, is the union of two people to the exclusion of all others voluntarily entered into for life. Nikita to interpret. Jim, if you could repeat after me. I call upon the persons here present.
I call upon the persons here present.
To witness that I.
To witness that I.
James Stephen Peters.
James Stephen Peters.
Take thee.
Take thee.
Fatoula Christakos.
Fatoula Christakos.
To be my lawful wedded wife.
To be my lawful wedded wife.
Tula, if you can repeat after me. I call upon the persons here present.
I call upon the persons here present.
To witness that I.
To witness that I.
Fatoula Christakos.
Fatoula Christakos.
Take thee, James Stephen Peters.
Take thee, James Stephen Peters.
To be my lawful wedded husband.
To be my lawful wedded husband.
Nikita to interpret. Jim, if you could repeat after me. Fatoula Christakos.
Fatoula Christakos.
I promise to cherish you always.
I promise to cherish you always.
To honour and sustain you.
To honour and sustain you.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
In poverty and in wealth.
In poverty and in wealth.
And be true to you in all things.
And be true to you in all things.
Until death alone shall part us.
Until death alone shall part us.
Tula, if you could repeat after me. James Stephen Peters.
James Stephen Peters.
I promise to cherish you always.
I promise to cherish you always.
To honour and sustain you.
To honour and sustain you.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
In poverty and in wealth.
In poverty and in wealth.
And be true to you in all things.
And be true to you in all things.
Until death alone shall part us.
Until death alone shall part us.
Nikita to interpret. If we could have the rings. Jim, if you could repeat after me. With this ring.
With this ring.
I. James Stephen Peters.
James Stephen Peters.
Take you, Fatoula Christakos.
Take you, Fatoula Christakos.
To be no other than yourself.
To be no other than yourself.
Loving what I know of you.
Loving what I know of you.
And trusting what I do not know yet.
Trusting what I do not know yet.
I will respect your integrity.
I will respect your integrity.
And have faith in your abiding love for me.
Have faith in your abiding love for me.
Through all our years.
For all years.
And in all that life may bring us.
And in all that life may bring us.
Tula, if you could repeat after me. With this ring I,
With this ring I,
Fatoula Christa Christakos,
Fatoula Christa Christakos,
take you, James Stephen Peters,
take you, James Stephen Peters,
to be no other than yourself,
to be no other than yourself,
loving what I know of you,
loving what I know of you,
and trusting what I do not know yet.
and trusting what I do not know yet.
I will respect your integrity
I will respect your integrity
and have faith in your abiding love for me,
and have faith in your abiding love for me
through all our years
through all our years
and in all that life may bring us.
and in all that life may bring us.
Nikita to interpret. By the power vested in me by the state of Victoria, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride. I would like to invite John Jamison and Nikita Constantine to come and assist us with this, witnessing the signing of the register. Please bear with us, treasured guests, as we will step to the side to sign the official wedding certificate. Nikita to interpret.
And Nikita, if you could just witness this for me.
Now we will do the marital crowns of Stefana, facilitated by Jim's son Nicholas. And now we would like to invite Tula's son Nikos to read 2 John chapter 1 to 11. Congratulations to you, Jim and Tula. It's my honour to present to you all husband and wife James and Fatoula Peters. The couple leaves as Frank Sinatra's The Way You Look Tonight plays. Nikita to interpret.